All right, I think we are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Lady A's Moments in Black History. I am so glad that you are here with us today. And today's Black History guest artist is my producer, my brother, my best friend, the guy who gets me on the prayer list. My
The top
friend,
of the prayer list.
yeah,
The top of the prayer
also
list.
John Oliver III. Hi, John.
Hello, Lady A. Thank you so much for having me. Happy Black History Month.
That's right. We are Black 724, 365.
That's right. We celebrate it all year long, but
Right.
they recognize it the month of February, even though it's the shortest month of the year. We're gonna just say thankfully. Why?
Huh?
I don't know why. You know what? I remember I read somewhere. Why didn't they give us June or July? Those are hot months, right? Those days, we people of the sun. We like to.
That's right. We are people of the sun. That's for real. I have a shirt. I didn't put on my other shirt. I have a shirt that says I sell I'm black all through Black History, but on Black History Month, I'm blackity black black. I gotta find that t-shirt and put it on. I bought it last Black History Month. But John, I wanted to let you know, and you have been with me for 20 something years and we've worked together and you're an amazing, amazing artist. I am so honored, humbled, and blessed to have you as a producer, to have you as a friend. Um, and you are just like ultra talented. So I wanted to give people an opportunity to meet the artist, John Oliver III. And that's all written out, ladies and gentlemen. And during Black History Month, we are giving back. I will be giving and donating to artists that we have on this Moments in Black History. And I want to admonish everybody, if you would, please donate something to our Seattle artists, our national artists that you've seen during Black History Month. It's about community. And Lady A Presents wants to give back as much as I get from these amazing artists and my friends. So let's dive in. Now, John and I are a little different, so this interview is going to be different. That's what you see. I ain't all that professional. Okay. So, John, tell us a little bit, because I want to get to the good stuff. So, but tell me the very first CD or recording that you ever did, because I don't even think I know what that is.
The very first one that was released to the public
Yes, release to the
was my
public.
was my family's gospel project, Oliver Generations of Faith, and it was a tape called "Don't You Know the Lord Is Coming Soon," and so it was my dad, my uncle Willie, my mother, my older sister Teresa, my older sister Raquel, and me. And so we released the Lord allowed us to release Don't You Know the Lord Is Coming Soon. It was a 8 track, it was literally 8 tracks on a cassette. And that was back in
John's
right. That,
father had a studio in his house.
that was back in we released that back in 1989, but we started working on it back in 1988.
Really?
And I was blessed to be able to produce along with my dad and my uncle most of the instrumentation on that.
And then
So
haven't you re-released that though?
no, we haven't. I've been wanting to do like a 30th year anniversary edition, but it's just one of those projects that's on the stove somewhere, either cooking or should be cooking.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I asked. I asked that because I have Oliver's Generations of Faith that came out. So it's not the same song. That's what you're telling me.
Right, right. So the
Because
one we
really is on there. That's why I love, I hope to
oh
see
Lord.
you. And I ain't doing it no justice. So let me, the song's called I Hope I See You Tomorrow.
I
That's
hope
my
to see you
favorite
tomorrow.
song. That's my favorite song on that CD.
Bless the Lord. I'm so glad. Yeah, that CD, the one we released in 2018, that was a blessing too. That one was very emotional
Yeah,
because it's a CD that my dad and my uncle didn't get a chance to see get released, but the Lord blessed us and strengthened us so that I could release it.
right.
Um, so praise
And
God
you
for that.
put them on it, which was so, it's an amazing CD. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go and see Oliver Generations of Faith is, and the name of the CD is
Trust in the Lord.
Trust in the Lord.
Trust
And
in the
we're going to
Lord.
put John's email address, I mean, not email address, his Cash App and his, do you have a website?
I do not.
He does not. I asked him that question on purpose. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that you know where to get his CDs. We're gonna make sure you go on and you have a Here Now page though.
Yes.
So we'll put the Here Now page up there. You can get his
Okay.
songs.
Right.
So that was the first CD that you released to the public.
Right.
Now let's go to the very last thing that you just released to the public.
Oh, okay. So this year, let's say this year, 2020, the first release of this year, my own self-titled debut was a rock song called You Just Gotta. And it's like rock gospel soul, right? I call it a revival of sound because to me that's what's missing is like, like Lady A, you have these great songs and you have this gumbo mix of sound, right? So and we love throwing together all different elements, gospel, funk, right, blues, jazz. Well, this my first debut single was it's like a explosion of sound, rock, gospel, soul, right? You just gotta, and
The song is fire, y'all. Go get it.
it's
It's called You Just Gotta. I'm gonna play it on the gospel station and the black and blue station and KMRE. The song is fire. John writes for me and we work together on songs. And one of the things that I like about the fact that when we write together or when you write a song for me is you get where I come from. So I believe your music is inspirational no matter what you put out. We are here to inspire other people. And when I heard You Just Gotta, not only was I ready to run, but I was just bopping my head like, yes.
Oh, bless the Lord.
That song is, so tell me what influenced you to write that song?
To be honest, you and you remember, excuse me, the celebrity Anthony Bourdain. So Anthony Bourdain tragically lost his life, right, to suicide. But around that time, the Bible study group we were studying Anthony Bourdain, Judas, right, one of the disciples of Jesus, because it seems like there's a disconnect between with the church and what happens in the world and what happens in the church, right? An example is that suicide, right? So Anthony Bourdain tragically lost his life to suicide, but then there were some pastors and ministers who also tragically lost their life to suicide. So this spiritual battle with suicide affects everybody, people in the church, people outside of the church. So the more we studied it, the words just came to me. Sometimes in life you got to cry. Don't try to dry your eyes. Just go ahead and cry, right? And sometimes in life you feel like you just want to die because there's people in the church. They say they're not suicidal, but they're literally waiting for death to come and take them away. And so the song just simply says, it's not your time to die. You just got to live your life. And that's when the chorus kicks in and the guitars, because it's supposed to encourage people, live your life. We only got one life to live and one God to glorify, right? Like we say in church all the time, we're just pilgrims passing through, right? So what we do in life, do it to the best of your abilities, right?
One thing I like that you told me this the other day. There are some things that COVID, so sometimes we don't want to, especially as Black folks, we don't want to blame COVID for depression, or we don't want to blame COVID for how we're feeling, because some people are getting away with saying, oh, I did it because of COVID.
Oh, right.
But some things are real. COVID this is the first time that many of us, most of us who are not over 100 years old, are going through a pandemic.
Right.
We are quarantined in our homes. There are a lot of us who are living alone. I live alone. You have family, but even having family, you can feel like you're alone. That song, I'm telling y'all, that song is fire. I know some amazing artists, and Seattle got some kick butt artists. And John Oliver III, say his whole name, y'all. For the people in the back, say his whole name. John Oliver III. Spell it out fully. And you can find this song on Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, Here Now, everywhere. Get the song.
everywhere.
You're gonna be bopping your head and you're gonna be thanking God all at the same time.
Right. And getting some clothes folded, right?
Yeah. Get some clothes folded. That's an inside joke. Y'all
Right.
know them clothes be sitting in there. You be gonna wash the clothes, they be sitting there, you ain't folding them yet. To some live your life. But and I guess I say that because you always tell me, if you feel like crying, cry. I'm one of them, hardcore women where it's like, if I'm crying, it's because I'm really mad or, I just got to the breaking point. And I don't think that we should get to the breaking point because when you get to that breaking point, I think that's where people start to feel like they don't need to be here anymore. The one thing I enjoy about your CD, and I can't wait to get the hardcover, is because I already purchased the download. I want the hardcover. I like
I got you.
a CD in my hand.
I got you.
One of the things is you're giving back to the suicide hotline. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So this song is really, it's a way of helping those who are battling with not just depression, but suicidal thoughts, because those are conversations we need to have. And those are conversations that can be easily started. You don't have to go to no school to learn how to do this. You just simply start checking on your people, right? And so we want it to be where we keep the discussion going because people are suffering. They do want to end their lives, and that's honest. And I think we need to have more transparent conversations. We see the warning signs where people are kind of giving up. You go to visit them, all the curtains is closed, they feeling down. But sometimes it's like you said, all of us want to appear strong. But I've learned that in my weakness is when I'm my strongest.
Ooh, come on.
Because I'm sharing with folks that it's not about me. It's the Lord that's keeping me up. Right. And it's also the folks around me. Like when I call you, Lady A, we spend 3-4 hours talking and we ain't really talked about nothing. But we've talked about nothing and we've talked about everything.
Right.
Right. If people can understand that. So this song is made just to keep this conversation going. On the back of the CD, there's the National Suicide Prevention Hotline.
I know you got one near you, don't you? Because I don't have mine, y'all.
I got you. Listen, I promise you, I got you.
I mean,
get it this weekend.
You have one to show us?
Oh,
come on. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, John and I have been together for a long time. He's been my producer. He's, like I said, my best friend. Now, he will have my CD right next to him when we do interviews. Now, he didn't have his. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You just got to live your life. And he's got the 1-800-273-8255 is the 24/7 lifeline.
Right, 24/7.
24/7.
Right. And so, but you know what? There are people right here in Seattle, Washington, right in the city that they can contact and reach out to us. They can either contact you or contact me.
Yep.
And we have counselors on hand waiting to help anyone that needs help, because sometimes we all just need somebody just to talk to, just to vent to. Right. So I just want to encourage people, don't hold all that in. Find you somebody you trust and just talk to them. I mean, listen, we're blessed. We have the Lord. The Lord is on our side, but we need somebody here to talk to get through this. We can't make it on our own.
Live your life.
And live your life.
I
You know
love
who?
that song.
Think about this. You know who the biggest enemy of our life is? It's not the devil. It's not people we think is against us. It's ourselves.
Right. It's us again. We look in the mirror. That's your biggest competition.
Right.
I don't, and sometimes it takes you a while to learn that. So for you young people, we're trying to give you some mother wit right here. It's a little bit of wisdom just to let you know that your biggest competition is you. It's not anybody else. It really isn't. I still live through that today. When I look in the mirror, it's like, I'm gonna outdo you today.
And you, sis, have a great catalog. You got a great catalog, and God is reminding you that you got to keep going full steam ahead.
Yeah, right? That's why I say, watch me be great.
Right.
Affirmations are very important to me.
Yes,
I've even found myself, and this interview is not about me, but if you get a CD from me, I put little cards. I started putting affirmation cards inside the CD, because you never know, somebody might need that one day. And I've actually had people say, thank you so much for that card. And I just sign it and just put it in there. The card says
Right.
it all.
The
Uh,
card says it all. You
yeah,
know what? And think about this. So there's sometimes you can just ask basic questions with folks, right? You say, "How you doing?" "Oh, I'm okay." "How you really doing?" "Oh, I'm
yeah,
okay." Ask them again. "No, no. How are you really doing during this worldwide pandemic where the city shut down and folks fighting over toilet paper and all the chili's gone off of aisle 8? How are you doing with that?" And then get their response. And
yeah,
it might take a few like icebreaker questions to get them to talk and start being transparent, get them loosen up. Now, once they loosen up, then you could just simply ask them now, if what can I do to help? Right?
yeah.
Sometimes they might say, I could use a few dollars. They could use a few dollars and that's going to help and give them a few dollars. Now, if this person is so far gone and you say, if I had $1,000, would it help? And they go, no,
Yeah.
they right? Because you know us, black folks, you give us a few dollars, we, hey, you know what? I feel a little better. That little encouragement really helped me. You know,
Right. I might be able to buy me a bottle of wine and just forget for a minute.
listen, my church, Gleaning's Bible Church and the fellowship churches, our sister churches, and Lady A, you were there, but the pastors came on, Pastor Manaway, Bishop Tyson, and some of our other sister churches came on there, and you was there, but y'all encouraged me and the nobles, and y'all gave me a little few dollars. Listen, I told my church, man, woo! I said, listen, I feel like, hey, studying a little bit harder, right?
Right.
Because you'd be surprised what a little encouragement it do. Right. And sometimes that's all it is. We just got to encourage one another.
Right. And that is a staple for Lady A Productions is that we encourage. We
Yes.
encourage our team, everybody on our team, on the Lady A team. We encourage each other, and that's why I'm so happy for you that you have your CD out. Now, tell us about it because we only have a few more minutes. So tell us a little bit about what's next.
Oh, okay. What's next? So this year, real quick. So God willing, I will release 5 CDs. So instead of, you know how some artists they release their first debut single and then or CD and then everything rolls out. Well, the music industry is nothing like it used to be. And as independent artists, we kind of have an upper hand that we can just let our creativity flow. And if the Lord blesses us with resources, we can get them out. So this year I'm going to release five projects in 5 different genres. The first one is the rock soul gospel. The second CD that's actually out now is called John 3:16. John
John
3:16,
3:16.
right? And God willing, we'll have a release party. Amen, Lady
We'll talk
A.
about that in a minute.
Yes, okay. And
Don't let the
so,
cat out
but
the bag just
yeah,
yet.
so the rock, the gospel, jazz, dance, and then a soul CD. But listen, all of this is gospel inspired,
Right,
gospel breathed, because all of my songs are written from a biblical perspective,
right.
right?
I,
So
I am so proud of you. And I'm so happy you finally released something of your own because you have helped so many people in the Seattle community. And I want to remind people, John produces not just me, he produces other people as well. He produces his family, he produces people around the area, and he plays drums and piano for everybody, plays bass a little bit, he do his thing. So I want to make sure that you understand that giving back, this is our way of giving back, and I will be giving back to you as well. And I want to admonish everybody else. If you can, please, you'll see his Cash App. Throw a little something his way. If you can and if you will, is what we're asking. So I want to talk to you a little bit before we go about your Black History moment. What is
okay,
Black History, or what does Black History mean to you? This is the theme is food for the souls. And
food for the
that's not
souls.
always something you eat. It's not always the word for some folks. But what is Black History, this Black History Month, in what we're going through, everything that's going on in the world today? How are you dealing? How are you dealing in Black history?
Okay, so here's some food for thought. So when we talk about food for the soul, right? To me, Black history means that you remember how it used to be on Sunday, it was a family dinner, but it wasn't necessarily dinner at your house. It usually dinner at grandma's house, a big
Right,
mama's house. But
right,
so to me, food for the soul and Black history goes hand in hand because there was a lot of great socializing and conversations that we had at the dinner table. Listen, over some hot water cornbread, over
Woo!
some black eyed peas and some greens and some fried catfish and fried
Okay, now
chicken,
you're just making me hungry.
sweet potato pies, right? And you know what one of my favorite dishes is, my mama's cabbage and cornbread, right? I mean, there was a lot of moaning that went on at the dinner table, even at the kids' table. The kids had a separate table, right? And so the food for the soul is Black history. That's part of our heritage, getting together over certain recipes that were passed down,
Right.
right? They might have not necessarily been written down, but they were passed down.
Right. You
What
better be
I'm
in the
getting at
kitchen
is
watching.
Black history is a part of what's passed down, the correct information. So for me, one of the moments that changed my viewpoint of Black history, it's not what I learned in school, it's what I learned in Jet Magazine. Jet Magazine, I picked up one of my mom's Jet magazines that she had saved. It had a picture of this young teenage Black boy, Emmett Till. When
Mhm.
I saw that picture and I read it, it completely had me frozen in my tracks.
Yeah.
I could not believe what I was seeing. I read the story. I remember I read it probably like a dozen times, and I kept looking at the pictures. I couldn't look away. And I said, "You got to be kidding that this is what they did to this." And I showed it to my parents, and they told me about it. So, Black history is about us stating the facts and passing down not only what's happening to us, but what used to happen. Because when we look at the history books, we find this stuff ain't new. It's been going on. And you know what's puzzling to me is that now some people are believing our stories because they see it. They saw the video of George Floyd and they're like, this is an outrage. And we're on the sidelines going, it's been an outrage.
Right.
But sometimes seeing is believing, right? So for me, Black history is about passing down what's already happened, what's happening now, and what we can do to change it, right?
Right.
And Lady A, let me applaud you because you're one who is bringing about change, right?
Mhm.
These truth is loud and you telling the truth, right? You gonna tell the truth, right? And so, but,
I tell the truth.
listen, we
I
all
was
have a
accepted, but I tell the
right.
truth.
We all have an obligation to tell the truth, just state the facts. So that's my moment in Black history, is just to keep the truth going forward, give it to the
Right.
next generation however I can. And hopefully, when all this COVID is over, we can have some folks over for some dinners, some real
I
food,
know. I know.
not just Uber Eats.
Not Uber Eats.
So
I don't
during
trust
this,
Uber Eats. I can't do that.
oh, listen, during this pandemic, everything has changed,
Yes,
right?
everything has changed. But
And
I think
so,
that we're in this pandemic for a reason.
oh, definitely. What reason do you think that is?
I think it's individual. So for me, because it took
Mhm.
me a minute. I mean, I was like everybody else. Everybody else was shocked, quarantined those first few months and not knowing what to do. So I think for me, it is actually helped me with helped me get closer to God for one thing. Um,
Right.
it's doing spiritually for me,
Okay.
but for me personally, it is helping me to understand my brand and how important it really is. I I don't know that I took it for granted before, just singing and being able to be an artist
Right.
before. I think that I didn't really realize how important what I do was.
Right.
And so I'm learning that. And so I take it seriously, the things that are going on with the other group and all that kind of thing. There's a reason behind it. And so I'm
Right.
learning that my brand is important. So for me, that's what it's teaching me.
That's beautiful.
I'm taking more time. Um,
Right.
you know.
Right.
you be on the team meetings.
I know, because you know what? Think about this. There's a question that always comes up, right? And so for Black History Month, people ask, what does the A stand for in regards to the other group? We know what the A stands for, but see, the A is not just the image,
Right.
it's your heritage. And like for me, I'm John, the Lord is the one who had me change my name on Facebook first to John Oliver the Third, because John Oliver the Third represents my heritage.
Exactly.
I'm a third generation pastor.
Exactly.
right? So the Lord called me, sis, you know the story. We was both over in Denmark and the
Right.
Lord himself came to me. So when I was walking around and you couldn't find me, it's because, hey, I was having a conversation with
I was
God that I
calling
couldn't
back to the
escape.
States.
Listen, sis, but think about it now. I was having a God was having a conversation with me that I couldn't escape.
Right.
I'd be asleep and the Lord was talking to me. I'd be awake, the Lord was talking to me. Other people would be talking to me and God was talking to me. So
Right.
listen, that's a conversation I couldn't escape.
Right.
And so I wasn't trying to escape it. I was more or less just trying to embrace it. And you know what? In life, we got some hard, tough conversations we got to have with God.
Yeah.
But when the Lord talks to us, man, all we got to do is just sit down and listen. Say,
Yeah.
Lord, speak, right? Speak.
And it's not funny. It's just that it's a funny story. John and I were in Denmark right before his father passed, and John went out walking, and I was looking for him and couldn't find him anywhere. And at the same time, I guess when the Lord was talking to him, the Lord was talking to me too, telling me because John ended up leaving Denmark, coming back home to be with
A
his
little
dad.
bit early.
And
Right.
so I was in Europe alone, and it was the first time I'd been really in Europe alone without him teaching these amazing individuals gospel music. And the Lord was telling me, get ready.
Get
He was
ready.
telling me to get ready because I was thinking the whole time that, John is going to leave me. That's all I'm thinking. He's never going to produce another song. He's never going to play music with me again. What was going on in my mind. And but the Lord was saying, get ready. And I feel it now. You weren't leaving. It's just that I needed to step up and get ready and make the brand. So
Right.
make the brand go to the next level. Make the brand
Go
the
to the next
next level.
level.
Yeah,
It was a graduation ceremony
yeah,
because this is the way I feel. For part of our Black heritage, our Black history, so many times when people graduate to the next level, they forget where they came from.
right.
See, but the Lord was telling me, I need you to go and do this. But He didn't tell me, I want you to stop doing what you was doing. No, He said, I'm going to add to what you already
There
been
you
doing.
go.
Right? I'm going to refocus, right? And see, that's to me, that's how God has worked with so many of the greats in the Bible.
Yeah,
Look at the Apostle Paul. He the apostle Paul was going around persecuting Christians, and God said, Come over here, come over here, Saul. Let me refocus you. Let me adjust these glasses so that when he put his glasses on, now he could finally see what God was
right,
trying to get him
right.
to see, right? And clearly. And so I believe that's what God does for all of us. But He don't mean for us to just stop doing. Like, I'm a pastor now, but He didn't tell me to stop playing the drums. He
Right.
didn't tell me to stop writing. He said, no, I want you to keep doing what you're doing. Just make sure you put me first. And
Right. There are so many people that we can reach just because we sing what they call secular music. Just because I don't know where that came from, but just because I sing the blues does not mean that I don't love God and that I don't love the Lord. It's what I
right,
do with that music that God blessed me with
right,
that makes
right,
the difference. And we always hope that when we go out on stage, that we touch one person. If one person comes up to us and says, um, the lyrics of that song or what you just sang really touched my heart. Cabbage and cornbread reminded me of my mother, or Change the World. It really, whatever song it is. That's why we're very intentional about the lyrics that we write and the lyrics we sing. Because if you
right.
knew Lady A when I used to sing,
Oh
compared to
Lord.
Lady A today,
Oh Lord.
it was a growing experience. And I thank God for the ancestors, for our ancestors, and for the shoulders that we've been blessed enough to stand on, and then
Right,
us being able to be blessed to move forward.
right. But even the songs we used to sing, even the way we used to be, the thing is that we may never reach perfection, but
Right,
we're not who we used to be. So
right,
even in that, when we were doing that, we were kind of giving honor to the lifestyles that we saw other people living.
right. And
Right. So
that's
as
how,
as we learn better, we do better. Though we done all been out
and
there.
there it is right there. When you know to do better, do better.
Right.
It's when you know to do better and you stay where you're at. That's the problem.
Right. Right.
But we ain't
Right.
preaching at nobody. We just saying. We just saying.
I didn't come to preach to you, but
God, wait a minute. Before we go, how you gonna get out and not sing? Not gonna sing the song?
what song?
I wish you would play. You know what? We're gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. Oh no,
Okay.
I'm not because I don't know how to do that. Oh yes, I do. I'm gonna learn.
We gonna learn.
I'm a learner. I've been learning a whole lot of things. So I'm going to learn, but make sure that you pick up, you just gotta live your life. Make sure you pick that thank you. See, if I had it, I'd be showing it. You just gotta live your life by John.
That right there.
Who is
That's
that?
my friend. That's my friend Mark Rogel. And listen, that's a bad man right there. He played the guitars, and
Yes.
yeah, he played all the guitars, and so
Gotta live your life by John Oliver III, written out. John Oliver III.
right.
And remember, reach out to somebody during this period.
Yes,
Because
we all need somebody to lean on.
Yeah, we need somebody to lean on. I love you, John.
I love
nice
you all.
talking to you. Are you gonna sing us out?
And I loved you first. So there.
Oh, whatever. I'm older than you. You couldn't possibly.
But listen, okay, here we go. Is this what we're gonna do today? So technically speaking, you didn't even know I was in the band because you thought
here we go.
but I said, you know what?
Time.
Let me adjust my glasses so that I can see what's going on here with Lady A. Because see, you didn't
donate
know.
to John Oliver III. You'll see his cash out down there. We hope you enjoyed his interview. Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
That's right. Remember, just remember that we are blessed, and be a blessing to somebody else.
Always, right?
Hi, John. Sing me out. I want to hear you. You just gotta live your life.
You got it right there.
I'm taking that song from him.
Sometimes in life you feel like you just want to cry. Don't even try and dry your eyes, because you just gotta cry sometimes. And sometimes in life you feel like you just want to die, die, die. Don't hurt, it's not your time. You just gotta live your life. You just gotta. That's what y'all gotta do. Live your life. One life to live, one God to glorify.
Thank you so much. I love that song. That is my favorite song. I can't wait to just turn it up. I mean, this is one of them songs where you turn it up and make your neighbors mad.
Make your neighbors mad, get all the clothes folded,
get all the clothes folded. That's right. Thank you, John, so much for this interview. I love you, brother. Talk to you soon. Remember, live your life. Just live. You just gotta. By John Oliver III. Written out, y'all. You will not regret it. Have a good one and happy Black History Month.